What's up, everybody? It's your boy Season. So today we actually got a lot of announcements that have come out within the last week or two. So we're going to go over some of the ones that I thought would be quite interesting to go over. And then, of course, we actually do have a release date for the Master Grade Narrative Gundam. So we'll get into that. But first, let me start out with this. This is the CCS Gunbuster. This is for the 35th anniversary of the OVA that came out. And so we've got a 35th anniversary here. And this thing looks really good. With the cape, it's amazing. Now, I'm actually not sure how tall this thing is going to be. I think it's over 12 inches if I'm not mistaken. So the height for this thing is going to be roughly around 13 inches. Now, of course, that's from the top of the shoulders to the bottom of the feet. So that's a pretty significant size. So it looks amazing. Right now, I've seen it roughly going for about $265-ish. Like the cape looks amazing. I love this detail that they've got in here. As far as that is absolutely awesome. I don't think the cape has looked better than that. And of course, this is it without the cape. So you've got that. It's gonna pretty much come with everything. So you're gonna have the twin axes, okay, and he looks pretty posable. It almost looks like he's got some chrome in here as well, but it looks solid, I must admit. And then it's also gonna come with the baseball bat. We don't get that very often, but it looks so it looks amazing. I like this one a lot. This may be the quintessential gunbuster to get. And then, of course, this is the one with the cape again. And that, wow, look at that. That is something. So you've got that. And this is doing the double collider. I think that's what it's called in the show. So it's going to be coming with those effect parts. The Azuma kick. So you've got that as well. Now, this is the one issue that I have with it right here. This is such an iconic pose for the Gunbuster where he's got his hands folded, but as you see here with the actual hands here and here, is that he can't really actually do it correctly. Now, that's still not bad how they have this done. Let me pull out of here. So, yeah, how they've got it done, it looks okay. But if you compare that side by side to the actual Gunbuster in the show where he was actually able to technically fold his hands, I think that would look better. I probably would have had I don't know how you do that. You probably have to take both of the arms off and kind of have it as one solid piece. I prefer that. They actually did that in the Alternative Destiny Gunbuster. I did a review. That was like one of the first 2 or 3 videos I did on the channel. That one I thought was actually really, really good, but this one looks solid. So you've got that. And then right now, I've seen it going for, let's go to Hobby Link Japan. Yeah, $269. $269.32. That's not too bad at Hobby Link Japan. Now, this is actually the reissue. When this first came out, this came out about a week ago, and when this first came out, it pretty much sold out immediately. So it looks like they've already got a reissue or a second batch for this Gunbuster. So I probably wouldn't sleep on this too much further. This also comes out in March of 2024, so you don't really have to wait very long. That's only about 3 months away. So if you're a big Gunbuster fan, I would definitely scoop that up. Now, of course, this is going with the Big Bad Toy Store. This is for us in America. Now, of course, that's extremely expensive, $369. Big Bad Toy Store tends to be a little bit more on the expensive side. And also, they tend to get their product very late since they are based out of the United States. So, of course, this to me, I would go with Big Bad Toy Store if you can't get it through any other means in Japan. Because I think even getting it from Japan directly, it will be a lot faster. So you've got that. And there's also one more picture I wanted to show if they have it in here. Let's take a look. So with this is actually when he pulls out the core in the last episode of Gunbuster. So he's got that, and it's also going to have lighting effects as well. So it looks solid here. And there's actually another one. This one right here. So as you see, it's going to light up on the sides here and here. So more than likely, it's going to need batteries. So that's what you've got for Gunbuster. Next, we have the Action Toys Voltron or Go Lion. So this is an interesting one here because this one looks really good, but it's really small. It's only about 8 inches. That's not very big. But as you see, you have the Jukin or blazing sword in America. That's what we usually go by. So you've got that there. You've also got it in combined form. The lions will be separate, but you can actually have that. And so you've got this. So of course you got the traditional Voltron look that we see in most figures with the legs out. And it looks like you can actually take those off. So this is more of his look in the anime. So you've got that. I'd say the only bad part about this is that with the cross, because the cross, this looks like it has the wrenches versus the actual cross on there. And I say that's the only thing that I would really change. But outside of that, it looks great considering the size of it and stuff. And yeah, it looks awesome. Now this one, okay, interesting thing about this pose, right? Because of course we've all seen this classic pose from Voltron or Go Lion when he forms his blazing sword. I've never seen a figure that can actually do this pose and it look as good as it did in the show. I would say this is pretty doggone close. It's not exact based on the actual animation. I will, if I can find it, I'll put the actual animation one side by side so you can see what I'm talking about. But this is pretty doggone close. I've seen the Solo Chogokin can't do it. Even the Blitzway one, I don't think, based on like the videos and stuff that I've seen of it, that it can't really do this pose correctly, but this is pretty doggone close. So I think that this is actually going to really be a really good pickup. So he's got this with his throwing star. I know a lot of people call this a shield. This is not a shield. He never used that as a shield in the show. That is one of my pet peeves when it comes to Voltron. Everybody calls that a shield. It is not. He actually used it more like a throwing star. So he's got that, and then he's also got the dual blades that he had in that one episode in Voltron. So this is a really good kit. Now, so let's take a look at what he's going for on Hobby Link Japan. So of course, at Hobby Link Japan, they've got him for about $230. That is pretty expensive for the size. I'm not going to lie to you, but I think the way that it looks, it does look really solid. And I think that this is a really good Voltron. So if you wanted something that maybe is not as expensive as the Blitzwave, you may want to try this guy out. If I don't like to double dip when I buy figures, I only do that on very rare occasions. But, you know, for that, and then of course it looks like the lions here, if this will load, you've got the lions and those will come out. Those will come separately as well. So you can do all of that. But for $230, that is a little high, but, you know, it looks great. I have no problems about how it looks. So that's what you've got for Voltron. Next, with Good Smile, with their release of the Gatai series, the next Brave is going to be Firebird. I am extremely hyped for this. This is the one that I've been waiting for. Now, as far as it goes with Good Smile, my main issue with Good Smile is their articulation. And this does look solid. I will probably be getting this regardless because I don't really need great Firebird. I've always just liked the Firebird with the flame breaster. So this is the one that I want. They are saying right now it's a tentative release date of winter of 2024. So I imagine that we'll probably start seeing this around either August or September, maybe even December of 2024. But I'm extremely stoked for this. This is one of my favorite ones. So it looks solid. With that, also, they announced Grandbird. And so, of course, we all know with Grandbird, that means that we will be getting Great Firebird. So it looks like these are going to come out pretty much back to back, kind of like I imagine how they did the Dagarn, X, and Gaon. So, you know, these might come out within a month or two of each other. We're still waiting on the stuff for Mike Gine, so I imagine they'll have to finish Mike Guine before they actually get to releasing this one. But as you can see, you've got Grand Bird here. He looks good. I've actually never really liked this design all that much. I've always liked the other design better, but we'll have that. So you've got that, and then also, as you see, it has the forecast for Great Phi Bird. So definitely looking forward to this one. So next, we actually have the Bandai High Grade 1x100 for the VF-19 Fire Valkyrie. So of course, this is from Macross 7. This also comes with the sound booster. So this should be actually really interesting. Now, it looks really solid. If you like Macross 7, I don't see why you wouldn't pick this one up. So it has that. So it's got the style change in here as well. This one comes out in May of 2024. So for a lot of these, we're not actually going to have to wait very long. But this one actually does look like a parts former. So it doesn't look like it's actually going to be able to transform into Valkyrie mode from Gerwalk mode, but you'll just have to take pieces off and put pieces on. But it does look like a very solid entry for the VF-19 Kai. So that's what they call this one. And if you've watched Macross, this is based off of the YF-19, which was the prototype that was shown in Macross 7. So you've got a lot of things going on here, yeah. And it looks like you're going to be taking pieces off in order to create those 3 different modes. So you've got all of that. And it's looking like 5,500 yen, so that's roughly, I'm going to say roughly around maybe $49. I don't know what the actual current currency rate is in Japan, but you've got all of that there. So that's what you've got for the Fire Valkyrie. And last but not least, we've got some new announcements from Bandai as far as their Master Grade line. So of course, as we see, we already knew about the narrative Gundam that was coming out, so we kind of got some more information on that. And they also announced the Master Grade Sinanju Stein, the narrative version. So you've got a lot of those coming out, which is really good. We don't actually see much from the Master Grade line that much anymore compared to in years past when they were coming out with 4 or 5 a year, to where now we're lucky if we get 2. So, so you've got that. So let's take a look here. So of course it's based off of the new Gundam and the Unicorn. And so now you've got the narrative Gundam, which comes out there. So this one looks very, very good. I don't know if I'm going to get this one personally, but for those Gundam fans out there, it looks like a solid one. For sure. So it's kind of explaining this. Now this does come with a core block and the core fighter, so that will actually be in the middle here. So that will be transformable. So you can do that. And it looks like there's going to be 2 modes that you can use, as far as you can have one without the psycho frame, and that would be your gray pieces here, or you could use it with the psycho frames. I don't know why you would want this and not do it in cycle frame mode, but if you wanted to buy 2, you definitely could do it that way. So they at least give you the option of doing that. It doesn't look like it's going to transform like the Unicorn, where the cycle frames are inside. I think that's just based due to the design. So you've got all of that there. So it's saying shoulder stuff. So it's showing you kind of like this. And I'll put all the links for this stuff in the description so you can take a look at this stuff for yourself. Now, also what it's saying here is that you can use these psycho frame parts with the original Master Grade Unicorn, it looks like. So the Verka version, it looks like. So it's not going to be used with like the Master Grade EX Unicorn or anything like that. This looks like this is the original one that came out. Ooh, it's been a long time since that one came out, but it looks like you can use those same psycho frame parts and vice versa. So you can do both. Because at least with the Unicorn one, if I remember, because I did build this a long time ago when the Unicorn first came out, this one was way more red than pink. the original unicorn was. So, if you want to give that a little bit, but it looks like you're going to be able to interchange those cycle frame parts there. So that's what you've got for the narrative Gundam. It's actually going through some of the gimmicks here as far as the knee joints and the hip. It looks like it's going to have a swing mechanism, so you can usually do more with posing as far as the legs are concerned. So that's good. And it looks like a solid master grade. I don't really have any complaints about it. If I did watch Gundam NT, matter of fact, I own it, and it was good. I think the manga probably is a little bit better just because it gives you a little bit more context than the movie did. But overall, I still enjoyed it. So you've got all of this stuff here. So yeah, it looks solid. I have no complaints. It looks like the eyes are going to have like some sort of special thing. So it looks like it's a metallic sticker. So you've got that there. And let's see, what else are they talking about here? They're talking about the cycle frame. Of course, you've got your water slide decals there. So that's what you've got for the narrative Gundam. Now let's take a look at the Sinanju Stein. All right, so let's take a look at the Sinanju Stein. So, of course, this is the narrative version. Now, as far as I know, there's been 3 different releases. This will technically be the 3rd release of the Sinanju Stein. So, it looks good. Now, really, the only difference is maybe in the color tone here and the sleeves, because, of course, the sleeves is more like it was in the movie. So, he's got the sleeves on the shoulders or in the for the wrist and things of that nature. So, you've got it like that. You got some slight color work here. It looks like you may have some metallic pieces. I can't tell if that's brush painted or if that's gonna come metallic like that. So you've got that. So, and of course, as we know, the Sinanju Stein narrative version is based off of the original Sinanju Stein, which is white. It was more white than gray, and then of course it's based off of the Sinanju that was in Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn. So, this one is interesting. I didn't expect this one to come out, but honestly, I don't think it's big for Bandai to do that, because you just have to make some slight modifications to the original Sinanju Stein and then pump this one out. So it actually, it'll be a good way to get that with the narrative, so you can get both of them. So it looks like it comes with the dual bladed axe. Right, so you've got that, and what else do we have here? So, of course, that's an awesome shot there. I really like that. And, but yeah, so that's what you've got there, and of course, it's going to come with this stuff. So it looks good. It looks like what the chest piece is slightly different, right? So that'll give you a little bit more range of motion. So if you like the Sinanju or the Sinanju Stein, this is what you will have. This looks like what the water slide decals are going to be like. So you've got that. So you've got quite a bit here. When is this going to be released? I want to say we don't have to wait very long for the Sinanju or the narrative. I want to say it's March or April. Let me double check. Let me go to Hobby Link Japan real quick. And of course, yeah, so they've got it roughly at about $60, and it looks like a tentative release date is in April. And then for the Sinanju Stein, let's go here. It looks like we've got a tentative release date of June 2024, and that one's actually going to be a little bit more expensive than the narrative. So that's what you've got for that. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. Of course, there have been more releases, but these were the ones that I was quite interested in, and I just wanted to share that with you today. So thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.